I'm a rude guy. It works out.
Okay, so which one do you want to tell now? The story of our house?
Oh, we should have thought of that. Yeah, selling everything in the house. So this is 2 weeks before we left for Jamaica. So this would have been October 17th through the 23rd, somewhere right in that range.
Yeah, of what God did for us this week. Now, this story starts a whole lot longer before that because we decided in about August that based on stuff around immigration that we're leaving, so decided to sell everything and leave the country. And so by I think late August we started listing stuff. We started working with Faith to like list stuff on Facebook Marketplace with the goal of selling everything through Facebook Marketplace. Now fast forward to probably 4 days before that. I remember the week before we were supposed to leave the house was very hard because we had all the tables and the chairs went first.
Yeah. All the stuff we used to put things in or on, all that kind of furniture was selling first instead of how about sell all the little things first and then the big stuff. But when you're on a deadline, my big goal was to not have a storage unit. I remember talking to my friend Kelvin, and he's Nigerian, and he asked me, what's a storage unit? And I said, oh, you want to know the most American thing ever? Well, Americans will pay $110 a month for a storage unit to store all the stuff that they have bought that they don't really want, and then they'll abandon it 2 years later. And he was kind of blown away by the rapid growth of storage unit real estate in the US. So that was fun. But I did not want to spend even $30 a month on a storage unit, even though it's a pretty practical thing. Like for a couple of months while the rest of the stuff sells, etc., that would have given us a tremendous amount of buffer. But I felt like that was really the wrong move. So we worked with our friend Faith, who, if you want to sell expensive things from your home, get in touch. She's really good.
Let us know. We'll hook you up.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. She got a lot of stuff sold, but it was still only about 20%. We were selling everything, just hundreds and hundreds of things.
Like 400 and something things to be exact.
Yeah, so we had a lot of packages of things like kitchen utensils. That's one of the 462 items that we had cataloged and listed. So there was a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
So it was getting really hard to live in the house. It was not feeling like a home anymore, for sure, because we're getting rid of all the furniture. Faith was doing a great job getting rid of all the things that made the house comfortable. So, good job, Faith.
And he was getting very uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, well I needed to be uncomfortable because I'd been in that place for 9 years and I didn't want to leave. I'd been dragging my feet on getting rid of the creature comforts because I was trying to balance getting the money from it. God told Shanielle the money for the trip is in the house, with getting everything out of the house, with being comfortable until the day we leave. So having a bed to sleep in, etc. And those are, I mean, as you can tell, those are goals with tension between them.
And that was so interesting too. Like, I kept trying to figure out, like, how in the world is this gonna work? He wants a bed. Like, I am willing to go sleep on the floor if we sell all the beds. And he's like, well, I would very much love to have a bed right up until the day we leave.
I'm like, I'm gonna drive 7.5 hours the instant we finish moving the heaviest stuff. I do not want to be sleeping on a floor before that. I'm so much older and more decrepit than she is.
Yeah, that's what happens when you marry an old man.
Yeah.
But that's a whole other thing. But it was,
It's the
I
same
think
thing.
God used this to remind me as well that He cares about our wants and our
Very much.
desires. Like, but yeah, let's get back to the story. So we're a week out before we leave, and we have this whole bunch of stuff with a couple appointments scheduled for that period for people to come and look at stuff and buy stuff.
If you've sold anything on Facebook Marketplace, you know that about half the people who say they're going to show up don't show up.
Mm-hmm.
We had probably 75% of the people who said they were going to show up. So it was nice.
Yeah, but
And
to
everybody was paying full price when they showed up. There was no haggling. It was just, all right, here's the thing, here's the money, we're done.
Mm-hmm. But the thing that was really interesting for me, even in that week, was I remember starting to feel anxious, and I was lying down one morning. I woke and I was lying down one morning, and I was like, Lord, what do you want me to do today? And out of nowhere, I heard clearly, you say that you are believing that everything in the house will go, but where is the preparation to match that? You need to wash the sheets, go do laundry today. And I'm like, okay, I have other things that I was thinking about, but if you want me to go do laundry, no problem.
Yeah.
About 5 minutes later, you come in and we decide to take a look at what was scheduled for that day, to realize, oh, there was actually an appointment for a guy to pick up the washer at 6 o'clock.
Yep.
And I'm like, whoa, dude, guy just told me that we needed to wash our stuff. So we literally spent all day ensuring that we washed what needed to be washed, because we were really believing that the washer would have gone. And the guy came, and when he came, actually we were in the last, we finished washing and had put in the last load in the dryer.
Mm-hmm.
And he saw the dryer and wanted to take the dryer too, but we said to him no, because we had a verbal agreement with someone else who was coming by the Thursday to pick it up.
Yeah.
That fell through, and so
But we felt like we did the right thing though,
Yeah.
regardless. Mm-hmm.
I've never regretted that.
No.
But it fell through, and so by the Friday, we were sitting on a house 2/3 full of stuff with the two beds, the dryer, tables,
Both
and
couches.
both couches, and just a bunch of
Not really much in the way of tables anymore. Those were almost all gone.
I'm thinking more the office desk though,
Stuart had gotten that already.
my one downstairs.
Oh yeah, the glass
Yeah.
one. Mm-hmm.
But it was some pretty big stuff.
Yeah.
But I think the Friday we met Mariana.
No, it was before that.
So it was a Thursday.
Yeah, it was Thursday. So somebody came by and bought the printer and then ended up buying 4 other things as well. And we spent probably an hour just getting to know her and enjoying her so thoroughly. Business owner, passionate advocate for the immigrant community there locally.
She speaks and you get chills just listening to
She's
her.
so passionate and disciplined, and like not over the top passionate, but like on point, focused, and just really impressive lady. We enjoyed her so much, but we wrapped it up, and then on Friday evening, I prayed, Lord, Friday morning, we were supposed to leave on Saturday. That was the original move date. That was the 18th, I believe, 17th or 18th, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Had to be 18th. And so I was saying, there's no way this is going to work. What do we do? And we both felt we were supposed to move the move-out date to Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Rent was paid through the end of the month, so there was no, we had buffer on that already. And the landlord was kept apprised. Hi, Michael. Best landlord
Love
we
you,
have
Michael.
ever
Love you,
had.
Karen.
Yes, indeed. By far the best landlords I've ever had. Dear friends. So we were keeping them in the loop, and they offered to help in any way that we needed help, etc. I asked God Friday night, what do we do tomorrow? I don't even see any way in 3 days how to do everything, and we've sold everything that you've told us to sell. Everybody who's sold up everyone who has showed up has bought things. What do we do? And he kind of directed us back to, what do we do right now?
But before
Okay.
you get there.
No.
Okay.
So we said, what do we do tomorrow on Saturday, which is our rest day? God will understand if the ox falls in the ditch, which of you will not pull the ox out of the ditch? The ox is in the ditch, Lord. And he said, roll up the rugs, wipe the PC hard drive, and lean into the relationship with Mariana. And that was it for Saturday. It was still a rest day with all of that stuff. That's very simple stuff. Okay, go ahead.
So, I remember the Friday we had like a get together with Faith, like, okay, let's see what is possible here. And one of the things that we had talked about was, let's try posting because all along Faith has been the one like posting under her profile, and she's amazing, guys. I tell you, she's amazing. Let's try posting some of that stuff under your profile on the Saturday.
I think that was like a week before, though.
That was
Really?
that was a Friday.
Okay.
And so we woke the Saturday morning, and it was kind of like, all right, cool. What are we doing today? It's doing that. We already forgot about what God has told us. We did.
Right.
We
right.
literally did.
I forgot that we forgot. You're welcome.
And and then Jeremy had wanted to take me to see, what's the name of that estate place?
It was Grove Park Inn.
Grove Park Inn for a while, and so we were like, all right, he was like, all right, cool, I want to take you there today because Saturday is our rest day, etc. And it's a time that we spend time together and all that too, like intentionally. And we also got the opportunity to see a friend of ours. And I remember we drove out to see our friend, and no,
I don't.
you don't remember driving out to see Denny's?
Oh, right. That was on Saturday. I thought that was on Thursday or Friday. Okay.
Wow, I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell her that you forgot her. Denny's, he forgot you. But I remember we were talking about what could we possibly do in the short time, and we had a couple suggestions came up during the conversation, and something like I could feel it very strongly, like, no, that's not what we're supposed to do. And so on the drive back, I remember
Very practical suggestions.
yeah, I said to you, I mean, it would have been suggestions that anybody would have done in the situation
yard sale.
that we're in. Yeah.
Ways to do a good yard sale, basically.
Yeah. And so on the drive back, I remember saying to you, I don't feel like that's something that we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
And in fact, the Lord brought up for both of us, like, what is the last thing I told you to do?
Mm-hmm.
And that's when it raised again.
Yeah. Roll up the rugs.
Roll up the rugs, clean off the computer, and lean into the relationship with Mariana. But like typical human beings.
So I messaged Mariana, and I think I'd already rolled up the rugs
No,
at
you
that
hadn't.
point. No? Okay.
Because
So then we rolled up the rugs and wiped the PC hard drive.
you actually didn't.
No?
We had that conversation on the way home in the car.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we got home, we went back into our routine.
We forgot twice?
We forgot
Wow.
twice. And so it was kind of like, I remember in the middle of the day, you were sitting down to go do the Facebook thing because I kept reminding you of the Facebook thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was getting anxious because it's later down in the day. Like, why the hell haven't we done the Facebook thing yet? And then trying to post it the first time, I realized that, oh, you did the wrong thing, and then trying to do it again, except oh, you know what, I don't, this feels like work. I don't feel like this is something that we're supposed to be doing on our rest day. And that getting me triggered, because I'm like, I'm anxious already, and you're like, you're telling me the one thing that we had talked about that is supposed to be helping,
right,
you're not gonna do. And so I remember after you said, you know what, I don't feel like this is something that I'm supposed to be doing, I suddenly felt tired, extra tired. Like,
I remember
the weight of, oh my Lord, here we are with a house 2/3 of stuff that we're leaving on Monday, and persons keep telling us that we are basically missing. People keep telling us that we've already missed the best timeline to get the stuff going, and us not feeling like, oh, we should be doing a yard sale, and even if we're gonna think about it, it was less like all of that. And I remember you said to me, baby, are you ready to go? And in my head I'm like, go where? And you're like, oh, to go to the Biltmore
Grove Park
Inn. I keep mixing them up. Apparently Biltmore does greater ads than Grove Park, because I see Biltmore a lot more in ads.
Oh yeah.
But in that moment I felt so tired, I did not want to go anywhere. And I heard the Lord say to me, do you trust me? I'm like,
kind of.
Ask me that question. And I said to him, yes. And then he said, go for a drive with your husband. And I reluctantly got up.
Very reluctantly.
I reluctantly got up, and we went. And it was actually the thing that I actually needed, because emotionally it was hard for me. Like, I am just settling into this place. I'm loving the people that we're meeting, and was looking forward to like forming way deeper relationships with them. I love the environment, and suddenly it's kind of like, well, Lord, I'm ready to plant roots. And he's like,
bye,
time to go. Wrap it all up. Right? And so it was as we were walking through Grove Park Inn, I said to you, I am feeling really sad. And we talked about it a little bit, and I came up and I cried. And I remember after we, later on in the evening, we woke, you said to me, baby, I am here thinking, what could I have done better, or what more could I have done to get all of this stuff moving? And when you said that to me, the Lord brought it up again to me. What was the last thing I told you? And that's when you again said the 3 things: lean into the relationship with Mariana, clean the computer, roll up the rugs. This is like after 9 in the night now. And so we finally did those things. By the time we finished, it was like after 12, with a house, after 12 the Sunday, with a house full of stuff, 2/3 full of stuff. But we're like, all right, God, the ball is in your court. We have done what you told us to do. You want to go from the Sunday?
Sure. So on Sunday morning, I had already said goodbye to everyone at church the last week, because we were supposed to be gone the Saturday previous. And I felt like I was supposed to go back. So I went back and hung out and hugged necks again and said goodbye again. And people were asking, so how's it going? I'm like, I don't know. Our house is still full of stuff, and we're supposed to leave tomorrow, and I honestly don't know how it's going. I don't have any calibration for this. I don't know. We've got so much furniture left, even. Do you need a green couch? And the first person I asked that to said, we do need a green couch.
That was so cool.
Can we come and get it right after church? Yeah. So they bought the couch and the stair stepper. And then...
Before you get to...
You do it.
Mike. There's something I've always found interesting, and I feel like it's a part of the story, even if I don't understand how. Because early up in September, you and I agreed that Jeremy has a whole bunch of books, 300 and odd books. And we had agreed that we're going to pack all of those books and take them to mom and dad in Georgia. And then a week or two before we're supposed to leave.
It wasn't far. It was like a week.
It was like a week.
Mm-hmm.
He just said to me, "Baby, I don't think I'm supposed to be taking the books down with me." And I'm like, in my head, the alarms are going off, but I'm like, okay, what are you thinking? It's like, I think I should be leaving it with someone here. And I said, who are you thinking? And what did you say?
Mike.
He said Mike.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, all right, cool, sort it out. And so Mike agreed to take the books for you. So that's fast forwarding back to the Sunday before we leave now. We know that Mike was supposed to be coming by after church to pick up the books. Go ahead.
Yeah. So Mike came by with the family in the van and got the books and bought the PC that I just wiped clean. And a bunch of other stuff too. The rugs that we had just rolled up the night before.
Yeah.
And some other stuff. And then Mariana came by that day or the next day.
She came by that day
It was both days, yeah.
Because she needed to pick up some stuff stuff she wanted to buy.
So it was Mike and Mariana and Faith, or Mike and Mike's family and Mariana and Faith were all there, and we were doing a packing party. So we ended up with one pickup truck bed load of donations for Asheville Buncombe County Christian Ministries. ABCCM was 3 blocks from us, and they took everything, like the weight set and some lamps that anyway, various things, couch, weight set, lamps, etc. Everything else was held for sale, sold, or donated through Mike and Mariana. 3/4 of it was more than 2/3 of the stuff in the house. It was 3/4 of that house moved in a day and a half.
Yeah.
We didn't need more eyeballs. We didn't need traffic. We didn't need more people to buy stuff. We needed to be prepared to move the stuff that God had a plan for. And that was it.
One other thing here, because you said that, and every time I think about this, the phrase that comes to mind is obedience to God is God's grace and obedience, and my obedience is actually is way far greater than my hustle.
Forget sacrifice.
One of the
Obedience
other things
is
that
greater
was
than
really
hustle.
cool about our house, the whole story, is when we first met Mariana out of the blue, she's on the verge of leaving, and she says to us, "Do you need a cleaner for your house?"
Oh, who's doing your final cleaning?
Who's doing your final cleaning? That's it. And that's when it hit us. Holy moly.
We haven't thought about
We
final
haven't thought
cleaning.
about that.
Yeah. And she said she would do it for free as a favor to 2 people she'd never met before.
And so God took care of even the things that we were not thinking about.
Yeah. Her crew came in a few days later and did a fantastic final clean.
Yeah. So if you all need cleaners and stuff around that, hook us up. Mariana is fabulous.
If you're a landlord, Mariana makes landlords real happy. Yep.
But yeah, that's our story around this. Like, God has shown us over and over again that obedience to Him far outweigh any additional effort and cleverness that we could try.
Yeah.
And it's been really cool to see.
Obedience beats clever. Obedience beats hustle. Obedience beats sacrifice.
Yeah.
Yeah. No question.
No questions asked.
His burden is light. His yoke is easy. We put so much heavy stuff on ourselves, but his yoke is easy and his burden is light. We told you before that God told Shaniel the money for the trip is in the house. It was. The tickets were paid for from furniture sales. The rent for this place was paid for from the security deposit plus some other stuff there. Like, we didn't even have to come out of pocket from income. Like, all the money from the house just transferred directly into the money for the next house and getting to the next house. The entire thing was miraculous from start to finish.
It was.
Whether we were paying attention or not. But we're paying a lot more attention now.
Yeah. So I think that's what happened. That's what God did for us a couple weeks back. That week.
That was October 17th through 21st, right in that range. Mm-hmm.
And we're trying to do something weekly to just share our testimonies and our experiences as we go along, because
we look forward to sharing the peaceful, non-stressful, abundant things that God is doing for us each week on video.
Okay.
Thank you,
All right.
Lord, that nothing else from here on will be a roller coaster of emotion.
Lies.
Right?
All right. We love you.